Six Nations was unfamiliar to you a year ago. Did it surprise you in a way that perhaps caught you off guard?
Well, I remember someone saying, you know, everyone hates England, and they're right. And they're right. Everyone does hate England. But I think in a good sense that there is such traditional rivalry between England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and then you've got the two European countries, Italy and France, which provide a different challenge. But I thought the rugby in the first couple of rounds was pretty ordinary. But I think it improved towards the last three rounds, and now one of our major goals is to hit the road running this year, to play really well in the first game.
With the injuries that England have got, perversely as a coach, does that give you the opportunity to learn more about your skills in adapting so you can keep England moving forward in the right direction?
Yeah, we're missing two of our biggest ball carriers and missing one of our highest work rate players. So we've got to put together now a pack that won't have those standout ball carriers, so we've got to get players to do a little bit more, and our ability to get that out of the players is crucial.
Have you got anything wrong in the last 12 months that you'd admit to?
Yeah, I've got selection wrong. I've got a few players wrong. And every test you waste on a player is vital, because everyone knows when you go to the World Cup in 2019, you need as many experienced players as you can, so every cap counts, and you know that's why you need somewhere between 600 to 800 caps. So when I've played players in tests that aren't going to make the World Cup, I feel like I've made a mistake.
It is England's Grand Slam.
You set the bar high in your first year in charge. How on earth did you follow that?
Yeah, it was nice to be unbeaten, but we didn't play well in that many games. You know, we gutsed it out in a number of games, got some victories, particularly in Australia, but we didn't play well. And so for me, you know, obviously we'd like to go through undefeated this season, but I want to see us play some really good rugby, and it starts with France in the first game of the Six Nations.
What about developing leaders in this team as a target for this next 12 months?
Well, to get better, you know, there's a couple of things we want to do, and one's to increase the depth of the squad generally. Two is to improve the fundamental skills of the players, so that, you know, I think the game is becoming so chaotic that your ability to adapt is so important, and therefore your ability to be skillful is so important. And also align with that, because the game is becoming more chaotic, you need to have greater number of leaders in your team. And yeah, you go back to the 2003 England team. You know, they had 8 or 9 guys that you knew every time they played a game of rugby, they were going to give everything they had. They were going to make sure the people around them gave everything they had, and they were strong leaders. We don't have that now, which is not a criticism of our squad, but it's a place we need to go.
So what do you see in Dylan Hartley as a leader that some people might not?
Well, what I like about Dylan is that he's prepared to tell people what to do. If the team's not doing what we require of them, he's quite happy to take a team meeting and tell the players, and it doesn't matter whether they're older players or younger players, he tells them, and that's quite a unique ability in these days.
Do you feel a little bit English now, after a year in charge?
Well, I certainly love the team. You know, I really love the players. I love working with them. Yeah, I've always been Australian, but I love coaching England. What's
the best bit that drives you to get up at 6 o'clock every morning, as I know you do?
Well, I think we've got a chance to do something a bit different here. Yeah, I think we've got a chance to be one of the greatest England sides and play a different brand of rugby that hasn't been seen before. And particularly, you know, New Zealand have been dominant for the last 5 or 6, 8 years. And everyone's tried to copy the way they've played, and we want to play our own style of rugby and show you can beat New Zealand.
And the decoy runner's got to be calling for the ball.
Only 8 coaches have won the Rugby World Cup. How much are you consumed by joining that list?
Oh, well, you love to do it. You know, as a player, you want to win the biggest trophy, and as a coach, you want to win the biggest trophy. But, you know, that's the consequence of coaching well and putting a good team together. And if we keep developing, keep improving the leadership density of our team, then we'll be in a position to win the World Cup.